flown from the Cook Islands to New Zealand. New Zealand is an incredibly diverse country, geographically speaking. You can go from ocean to ocean, cutting right through the mountains in a matter of hours. With the holidays quickly approaching, it's going to be fantastic to be so close to good friends. Justin and I are dropping everything and just going to travel the world for a year.
I gave up quite a bit of stuff to do this. I just always thought there was definitely something missing, like traveling.
That travel bug gets in you, and it's got you. One whole year goes by in a blink. We've just arrived in Auckland and we're going to be meeting up with an old friend of mine, Ellis. But he lives on the South Island and we're on the North Island, so we've got a lot of the country to see before we get to him. Getting in a car and doing it on the road is the way to do it. You see everything in between.
You gonna let me drive this thing?
Do you have an international license?
He hates my drive. If it comes down to it, this is one of the most scenic countries we'll probably see. You go one extreme to the other and we're gonna be going across the whole frickin' thing.
Yep.
Can I say frickin'? Because I said it. To keep this body a lean, mean, sexy machine, I've had to make a couple rules for this road trip. No chips, no cookies, no chocolate, no pop or soda, and no beer. But I can drink alcohol, and I can use pop or soda for mixed drinks when I'm drinking alcohol.
My old friend and arch nemesis, the fuel pump. Let's see, Ultra 91, not diesel. One thing I remember from New Zealand is the meat pies, and they're really good. Try by this one? We've stopped at the side of the road here. This is a familiar sight. Me having to stop so that Justin can get up close and too personal with the wildlife.
You make this? You want to make this your lips? Look how handsome you look now. Now you're gonna be a sex machine. All the girls that come by like, that guy is good looking. Look at him. Alright, later, dude.
See, on the surface, it seems like Justin loves animals, but that would be very superficial because he really just torments them. He just like ties knots in their beards and like puts flowers in their hair and gets the goat all tangled. Yeah? Oh, thanks, buddy.
You put in your hair.
Okay. By the time we get to Rotorua, it'll be dark, so we'll grab a hotel room for the night and see the city in the morning. Woke up, started day 2 in New Zealand here in Rotorua. This is the first real change that we've seen, eh? We're only a couple hours outside of Auckland. It was hard to see in the nighttime coming in, but you could certainly smell it.
Oh, you could smell it. You could smell when we came into this place.
This is such a geothermically active area that, you get all that sulfur smell coming. In a matter of a few hours or, a couple hundred kilometers, it just changes, totally flips over and changes.
We rolled into Rotorua. We're just kind of like doing some sightseeing, some things here that we're gonna check out and stuff. But I came across this thing called Zorb. I mean, you only hear it once, right? I could be here several times, but I'm here now, so I'm gonna check this thing out.
Start of another day. Another day on the road, another pie. No breakfast better.
This is Zorb. For all you people that don't know what Zorb is, that's it behind me.
When he showed me the pamphlet, I was just like, what the hell is this thing?
This has got trouble written all over it. I can just crawl in here, or what's the deal?
When you're ready, you can do a big one and dive jump. Straight on in.
Take your marks.
Get set, go.
I don't know why Scott's not doing this, because if he's chickening out of this, then it's going to be a pretty boring couple days for him. This is just like the tip of the iceberg of things I want to do in New Zealand.
The Zorb ball wasn't exactly my cup of tea, but Justin was really into it, so who am I to stand in his way?
It's like coming out of a womb. I think I just Zorbed in my pants.
I gotta tell you, it's funny because I'm sure in there is completely different. Because from down here, it looks like you're just sort of like leisurely, like.
You can never knock anything till you try it. Like that is a prime example. Because I'm like, when I watch people coming down, it was like so slow and stuff like that, and I'm like, Santa's coming this year, and I'm putting on the list. I want a Zorb. Make it happen, Santa. Make it happen. You want this kid to smile? Put Zorb underneath my tree. Here and we're finally doing it. I know it's gonna be an amazing trip, especially where I kind of got scared there for a while in Cook Islands that I thought Scott might be going home, and I'm so glad he stayed. Doesn't matter how much money he would have made and stuff like that. These experiences are priceless. This is the time, this is the chance. You get one shot in life. This is it.
You know, I made up my mind in the Cook Islands that I was staying on this trip and I wasn't going home and succumbing to, you know, the 9-to-5 pressures that I left behind in the first place. But in the back of my head, I was always getting the push from New Zealand and being able to see New Zealand at the hands of Ellis. Justin's off to a great start. I get the feeling like now every time he sees a brochure or gets some sort of crazy idea, he's going to want to take it up. But I have a feeling he's going to really start to put the chokehold on me to start doing some of this stuff too. Only a couple of hours south of Rotorua, and we carve through Lake Taupo region, and then boom, someone flips a light switch and it turns to desert.
You know what I need? I need a guitar solo out here. That's what I need. Shirt off, guitar solo. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to my concert tonight.
All right, well, put a shirt on there, Axel. And we're gonna leave the Taupo region and the desert here for Wakanai and hook up with a good buddy of mine, Richard. And we gotta make miles because we're gonna arrive very late at this point if I don't get moving. Staying at a friend's place, this is the international currency, and besides, 'tis the season.
It's always the season.
We're staying at Richard's tonight, and I met him at Ellis's wedding about 3 years ago. Richard was actually the wedding celebrant, or as we like to call him, Reverend Rich. And he said if I was ever back in New Zealand again, he would open his doors to us and we could stay at his place. it's just great to see him again. He's such a, you know, cool, collected guy and good spirit, good soul. Just had a bit of a campfire last night and sat around and caught up. And then just put up a couple of tents on the lawn here. Had a wicked sleep last night. So we're gonna put his boat in the water and head out towards Kapiti Island and just sort of explore the Kapiti coast, maybe do a little bit of fishing, which I'm really looking forward to as well. I just gotta wake Justin up now. Get him mobilized. Hey.
You're gonna kick my tent, dude. You say rise and shine. You gotta kick it.
Finally, Scott's let me drive. Driving the boat. How am I looking on that side?
Kapiti Island lies just a couple of miles off the coast of Waikanae Beach. It's a highly protected bird sanctuary and nature reserve, controlled and owned by native Maoris. But in this case, Richard knows some of these people, and I think with a little beer bribery, we're gonna get ourselves on the island.
Well, you don't have a permit. All you need is a case of beer, and that's all you need to get on an island. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. It's been a great time.
Enjoy your trip here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go on, boysy.
It's a currency. It's a worldwide currency. All you need is a case of beer, and you can pretty much win anybody's heart over.
Have fun.
Cheers. You have fun.
Believe me.
Beer currency, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Sorry to keep you waiting so long, Rich.
Oh, not at
Kinda-
all. See if we can find some fish for dinner.
Cool, yeah. Having spent some time with Richard before, I know that he's a spiritual kind of guy. He's not necessarily a religious guy, but he's very in tune spiritually.
Try and get a mental and spiritual connection with the fish, then jump on board. I generally just take a feed. Wouldn't feel comfortable with taking more than I was going to eat. I guess like the old Indians say that we borrow this earth and this world from our children, so we've got to look after it for them. Oh, we're on. The rule is, well, my rule is, you always put your first one back, just for appreciation. Hopefully it's a keeper. Boys are getting pretty hungry here.
Hopefully it's big enough to split up 4 waves.
Settle down, fella.
How long will we sleep for?
Until it hits the fry pan. Little guilty. Thank you, Lord.
Oh,
yes.
Nice. A double.
That is a cracker turkey. Spread out. Hello. We won't be going hungry tonight, that's for sure.
Richard caught all the fish today and he's putting on this big dinner for us. I felt a bit bad that we didn't hook into anything and we have nothing to show for the dinner tonight, so I wanted to get back out there and see if I could dig up something for dinner. See if we can sort out some more of these little shellfish. No, that's a dead one.
Come on, Scott, hurry up. Let's go.
I feel like I've got to provide a little bit, and even if it's just a couple more of these guys to fill a basket up, at least that's something. feels like some old sea hag who's coming back from her grocery shopping, but at least we've got something to contribute to dinner. Not too shabby. I think one of the main reasons that New Zealand feels so much like home is for this very reason, staying with friends and being put up in a house and having a home-cooked dinner. All of those elements make you feel like you're at home, and it makes a big difference versus a meal out at a restaurant and sleeping the night in a hotel. This is a much better feeling. Cheers.
Cheers.
To fresh catch.
It's a quick visit, man.
It's good to see you, man.
Thanks,
Good to meet you, bro.
Yeah, good meeting you.
Take care, man. We're on our way from Rich's place here in Wakanai, south to Wellington, where we're going to catch the Inter-Islander ferry from the North Island to the South Island.
We're on our way, getting on a boat, going to the South Island. Bye-bye North Island. It was fun, but it's about to get funner.
We're on the Cook Strait, which is the enormous body of water between the North and the South Island of New Zealand. I think crossing from the North Island to the South Island kind of represents the real beginning to this trip for me, you know? The North Island was great, and I was super stoked that we were able to cross paths with Richard, and it was great to see him, but, you know, to get over to the South Island is where all the excitement is, and for me, that's all encompassed in getting to meet up with Ellis again. A little side story for you, Ellis, in order to push his own limits again, he got this dinghy, like this little tub, and he tried to paddle and sail his way from the North Island to the South Island. And it doesn't look like much right now, but this thing can be one of the most treacherous pieces of water in the Southern Hemisphere.
So did he make it across, or?
No. He got close, apparently. Storm brewed up, pretty much sunk him, just about killed him. The way he tells the story is that when the Coast Guard got there, they were pretty pissed. And now, since we've got the car, we can make the miles and get to the adventure which lies here. South Island, buddy. Car's fueled up, and so am I, with another pie. Check this out. Here's Highway 1, right?
Highway 1.
We're in Picton.
Picton.
Going south.
Going south.
Or,
Or.
but what do you
Yeah,
think?
let's do that.
We might as well start the South Island
That's
off
a
with a
road.
bang. Yeah, that's a road.
It looks like an intestine.
Well, you're gonna be feeling it in your intestines. Justin bought these chocolate chip cookies, and I called him on it. He's not supposed to eat chocolate given his bet that we made. So now he has nothing to do with these cookies except feed them to seals.
Well, I was trying to feed him cookies, and he won't eat them. And I can put them right by his face and he won't even eat them. I don't know what's wrong. And they're chocolate chip. Rainbow chocolate chip at that, so. Hey, stop fighting, eat cookies. Stop fighting and eat more cookies. I said stop fighting.
I feel he legitimately loves animals. It's just, I don't think he knows how to treat them.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
right.
leave my dog with him for a weekend. Let's put it that way. As I start to see Christmas decorations up, I start to miss home. You know, having already hooked up with Richard and about to hook up with Ellis, I'm amongst friends, and I'm amongst friends that really make me feel like family.
It's my first encounter with these sandflies and I'm really enjoying them. You know, I got Scott here and Andre and stuff, but that's, I don't know, it's Christmas and yeah, I miss it. I'm gonna miss it and it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard to be on the road for this one. You know, Thanksgiving comes by, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna miss Thanksgiving, yeah, I'm gonna miss Easter. Missing Halloween, that was kind of a big one. Sandflies. Oh, sandflies.
Chevy at 65 kilometers. Ellis is a really good friend of mine from way back, about 7 or 8 years ago now. I met him on the road and we traveled around a bit together, so we really grew together as very good friends. I came and visited him for his wedding about 3 or 4 years ago and haven't seen him since. I remember right from the get-go, he was a very inspiring person. There are a lot of situations that I've been in with Ellis that I know I went one way when I would have normally gone another. He definitely brings out the best in your character and knows exactly what buttons to press to get the most out of you. Wow, looks like a winery.
How are ya?
How you doing,
Good to
man?
see ya.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
An important
How's it going, mate?
thing to know about Ellis is that the incredible house that he built himself with his own bare hands, and there's a million stories to every brick and every beam inside that place. A lot of what's been done has been done either by himself or close friends of his. He's picked up hitchhikers, he's run into travelers, and so that beautiful house ends up turning into a beautiful international hostel. He always has something up his sleeve to throw you into the deep end because he very much lives on the edge and he's a bigger than life kind of guy. We've only been at Ellis's for maybe an hour.
Yeah.
He's already decided to take us abseiling and offered to get Justin in the water to do some surfing.
Shit, I'm nervous. Gotta start with the play here. Hawaii 5-0's gotta surf.
I mean, this is typical Ellis behavior, you know, you walk in the door and he's already got you walking back out the door with an armful of, you know, outdoor gear.
Surfing, shit. Well, I'm nervous. Nervous now.
We're putting our trust in Ellis, so myself, Andre, Justin, and a couple of his friends, Eric and Dave, are gonna head over to the cliff and try our hand at some abseiling. Hiking into the bush here, we're gonna do a bit of an abseil off the side. Essentially, you're starting at the top of a high place with a rope, and you're getting your way down to the bottom. Getting over the lip is the hardest part, but after that, it's just enjoy the ride.
Hopefully, I don't die.
We're just going to use a tree as an anchor point and throw the ropes over the side. So yeah, see what happens. You up for it?
We're turning back now.
Come on. Come on.
Hell no.
Would you do it if it wasn't 80 meters, like if it was only 30 or 40?
If I do it, dude, you gotta do it. This is my first time.
I hope it's not over 50 because the ropes are only 50. Then we're in trouble.
I trust him. I trust him.
Right, mate. You know how to put this on? You've remember it from those kinky nights with that in Bangkok?
Oh yeah, oh okay.
Thanks, yeah.
It's just like the sex swing he has in his house.
Is that how they do it?
Yeah, pretty sure. All right. Bon voyage.
My heart's pumping a little bit now. Oh shit. I'm gonna send my resume to the SWAT team. Special Forces.
They won't want to watch this.
Me.
Good work.
Yeah, good work, man. Good time.
Within like spending like 5 minutes with Ellis, he's pushing that envelope, and that's what he does. You know, he motivates people to do things that they don't think they can do.
Falling rocks.
He hasn't got a harness on. He's doing it the 1800 weight, and where he makes his own harness by wrapping the rope around his own body and letting the friction slow him down.
Man, that burns like crazy. A bit red.
You got a bit of a tan now.
The next thing we're going to do, always after we do the abseil and everyone's adrenaline's running high, we have a race, and the loser shouts a beer tonight. So what do you reckon? You up for it?
Yeah, I'm up for it. Sure.
I know one thing, mate. I'm not shouting the beer tonight. Come out the other end, drenched in sweat, you're bleeding, you got cuts, thorns sticking all over your body. You know you had a good day.
I haven't been surfing in like about a year now, and my arms are totally dead. I've never paddled in a wetsuit before because in Hawaii the water's so warm you don't need a wetsuit. And I was just like paddling with like a lead vest on. Andre got out in his first wave and he got the taste of it. And I could see in his eyes, he's become a surfer by the end of this trip.
I'm really happy to be here, and being here over the holidays means a lot. It means a lot to be amongst good friends, and especially a really good friend that I haven't seen in a while, like Ellis, because it gives a feeling of home, and especially a place that I've been before. But for now, I'm just gonna soak it in, and I can't wait for what next adventure he has planned.
She just had this huge story about how she hates bugs.
Ellis got us up bright and early this morning to give his parents a hand. His parents have alpacas, and these alpacas need to be sheared. So
Watch out, alpacas, because we're coming. Alpacas are going down.
Come with me, my barnyard friends. best in the field of plenty.
Hold your hand down.
He's so beautiful. Put lipstick on him, maybe some eyeshadow, some blush. You're gonna be the best looking alpaca in the bunch. Well, I got my first pass, and I think I did a pretty good job. I might have a future career, and oh my God, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Oh, can you do that? Oh yeah.
Once they get hold of it, you won't be able to hold it anymore.
Hey man, you want some grass? Want to do some grass? It's gonna do a little bit too much grass. Told you go easy on that stuff.
Well, we're just come in for some scones and tea here, but we just noticed that there's a couple of pictures of Ellis around, so we just wanted to have a look at those.
See this picture up, this painting up here, and that's our family about 25 years ago. Depicts what we were all doing in those times, you know.
He's 2 years, 8 months.
Okay, bye. It's hard to tell whether Ellis is on his way out or on his way back, but it's either drying out from his last run and or getting ready for our next run and the rafting trip that we're supposed to be going on tomorrow.
This is the adventure cupboard.
Rafting. It's been a while since it's been on the water, so
Yeah.
he's got all the gear, so this will be interesting for sure.
Oh, hey, I'll tell you something. You guys might get a laugh out. You know what it is?
Potato gun?
Yeah, we call it an orange gun. You want to give it a crack?
Oh yeah, we will.
Jeez. Holy shit. Do you see how high that thing went? That was like a mile up. I'll get one shot at you, you get one shot at me. And I'll turn completely backwards. Ugh, I don't want to do this, but I'll do it. Oh. Oh, that's good. It's all good. Got me in the shoulder, didn't you? It's anticipation that hurts more.
You're a bloody legend. I mean, that one wasn't a very good one. It didn't look like it was going very far.
Let's see if there's a bruise.
Wait till tomorrow. That
No.
Oh,
Where? I don't. No. There's no bruise.
No bruise? Okay, good.
tomorrow maybe.
Oh, I knew you were gonna get me on that. I knew you were gonna get me on that.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
We're just on the last stages of getting ready for this rafting trip here, and then we'll hit the road. We'll probably arrive close to dark and start rafting first thing in the morning.
Well, stopping for an ice cream.
Power bar, gum, and over here we got lemon and lime and cookies and cream. There goes the diet. I had a whole betting thing with Sky. Like every time I eat chocolate or deep fried foods and beer, and he has not caught on to it. He's totally forgotten. So.
Does that look like one of those no chocolate cookies in there? So I get a beer. Because he broke the rule. He's got chocolate in there. I hope it's worth it. Oh, this is camp.
That one's good.
It's been so long since I've been whitewater rafting, and all this was about was everyone bonding, getting to know each other, and just having a great time. Took us to the Iron Gate Bridge, which crosses over the Buller. And he's like, oh yeah, everyone always jumps off this thing at the end of your boat trip.
This might be all you, dude. I may not do this.
Now that you're underneath it, it seems pretty high up. This is what Ellis is all about. Pushing that personal boundary just a little bit further than you think you can and feeling the reward afterwards. I don't know, what are you thinking?
I think you'll be okay. I think I can do this one. This one's all you. Show me how it's done.
Yeah, I guess I will. You know, I got up there and I wasn't going to go first, and luckily Eric was big enough to say that he would go first. Seeing him enter the water a little bit cockeyed, I think it made my situation even worse.
Oh! Now I just break both my ankles.
You know the slapping sound?
Yeah.
That was Eric's testicles heading in the water.
Oh, okay.
But you don't need to worry about that because I'm pretty sure yours are shriveled up right now.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice one, Scott. Good entry. No balls there.
So he ended perfect. That was like the perfect way of doing it. He went in there, didn't make much of a noise. It's a 10. I'll jump off something that's 20 times higher. It's like I said, it's not the height. It's just that impact, and I can't do it because I'll break something. I seriously will, and then I won't be able to do anything for the rest of the year. So it ain't worth it for me. Due to Elsa's giant heart and hospitality, we decided it'd be nice to go get him a Christmas tree. We got his chainsaw. He's asleep, so in the morning I'll have a nice Christmas gift.
Truck's all packed up. We've got Ellis's Zodiac ready. We're going to Kaikoura. It's kind of the mecca of aquatic life and sea activity here in this whole area of the South Island.
the plan is to go get wet and catch ourselves some dinner.
While Ellis is diving for some crayfish for dinner, Justin and I are gonna snorkel around and see if we can get up close and personal with some of these seals.
There's a giant bull seal, and I'm looking at it, and he just pushed me right on top of it. And that seal was not impressed.
We're just sitting around kind of waiting for him and keeping our fingers crossed that he's lucky enough to run into some crayfish. It's gonna make for an awesome dinner if he does. And if not, I guess it's hot dogs.
Hot dogs sprinkled with whiskey. I got faith in him.
So do I.
We're after.
Hey!
Crayfish. This is a small starfish. There's many of these on the bottom of the sea floor. And this one is his granddaddy. Wow. And so these ones are edible. If you cook them, they kind of just go all mushy. You best eat them raw. Give it a go, mate. Just a bit of leg.
You bite it first. Prove to me you can eat this thing.
I can't eat it.
Allergic my ass.
I ate so many when I was a kid. This is a kinner, and it's a sea egg. And these are a delicacy as far as the Maoris are concerned, and you have to try one of these.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give it a whirl. I'm not saying I'll eat the whole thing, but I'll give it a try.
Kura gra. This is the... oh, he's real fat.
That's all you, Scott.
Just pull a bit of that out there. No. No. All right, I've had enough. Justin, you can have the rest.
Kind of like snot, isn't it? Only slimier.
We just figured last night we'd do a little something about Christmas.
What the hell are you guys been doing? Is that a Christmas tree?
Well, that's the best one we could find in the dark.
That was the neighbour's tree. That was over the boundary fence, mate. And when I come to your place, I'm going to cut a tree down too.
You know, once again, friends have come through for us.
Ellis was an amazing person, you know. There's very few people I meet in this life that really motivate me and create this drive in me to push myself forward on something. The more you hang around Ellis, the more he pushes you and gets you to do things that you don't think you're ever capable of doing.
Our time with him was well worth the stop coming here, that's for sure.
You make these connections here to these people who are going to show you a good time. It just makes you want to come back here.
I hope that I'm going to be able to repay these people one day with them coming and staying with me.
You know, traveling with Scott has been, you know, I couldn't ask for anything better. You know, we are a family out here, and you know, we got to stick together and make the best of it. I couldn't ask for a better couple weeks.
Now charged with Ellis's energy and inspiration, Justin and I are off on our own to discover the rest of New Zealand for ourselves. The first stop is Queenstown, which is the adventure capital of New Zealand.